Hello everyone. I have a message for the leaders of the grocery store chain Safeway. I came out to my car because I may get a little noisy and I want to be in an insulated area where I won't scare my roommates or dog. I applied for a job recently at Safeway, overnight stocking position, stocking the shelves. The next day I got a response. They said, call one of the store managers, go in for an interview. I did. The manager said, we don't have any overnight stock positions, not just this store, any of the stores nearby, because I applied to 2 other stores. The store they sent me to was not one that I applied to. And she was cool, by the way. The manager, she was cool, she was real. But she said, we only have cashier and deli clerk available. So basically, these are jobs I'd be working my ass off. Fine. But and it's not what I was looking for, but at least she told me, she was upfront. But she also said the pay is not that good. She said the pay is $9.80 an hour. Hearing that and hearing there's not many late hours available, because I'm trying to work overnight. That's my schedule. I already work nights as a bouncer. I'm not trying to shift to the daytime as well. I got videos I do during the day. I got enough work. I'm good, Safeway. So even if I took a job as a cashier, which I wouldn't, or deli clerk, probably wouldn't, if I'm only getting paid $9.80 an hour and I only have a couple hours available each night before the store closes, then I'm barely making any money. And I'm working pretty hard for that little money. Now, she also said that it's hard for her to hire people. She was just letting out her frustration with me, saying she has a hard time getting quality people. A lot of people just take a job, they don't want to work, and they quit. Now, I don't blame her. She's hardworking. She's obviously had a long... She told me she started working when she was very young. My question to Safeway is, what the fuck are you all thinking having stores in Arlington, Virginia? The rent is extremely high here. Property values are extremely high. Taxes are very high. Even if you can get around on the metro or buses, that gets expenses. Expensive. If you have a car, that's another huge expense. What the fuck are you thinking having stores here only paying $9.80 an hour and knowing your stores aren't hiring enough people? Again, this is not that manager's fault. She was cool, and obviously I know as a manager you don't control the wage for your employees, at least at a big chain like that. How the fuck do you expect to get quality people, to get them to stay, and to get them to be able to afford to live here? What the fuck are you... Don't you all have to have college degrees? Don't you all have to do basic math? I was getting mad just thinking, how fucking stupid are you? It's offensive how dumb you are that you think that people can work for $9.80 an hour and you're going to get anyone but either the most desperate people, and I'm not putting down Safeway employees. If I really wanted to, I would work there. But it's going to be hard to keep quality people unless you're just getting people who are living with their parents, don't have to pay rent. They have 5 to 7 or 8 roommates, because again, it's extremely expensive around here. We have some of the highest rents in the country, the highest property values in the country. Or you have another job or another source of income. What the fuck is going on with your brains? Don't you understand? Throughout the interview, I was getting the idea that the value of working at Safeway started here for me. It's like, hey, this is an important job. It's something, you know, I want to use to make extra money, to save money at, to, oh, we don't have that position. Value goes down a little bit because Safeway's showing me a picture that they don't care. Not the manager. She didn't control that. Hey, she showed up. She interviewed me. But the fact that you have a job application system where you can apply to any job that's not even available means you got to sort that out. So the job wasn't available. Then the store wasn't available that I wanted. Stores that were close by, I had to go to this one that was further away. Then on top of that, the pay, $9.80 an hour. So basically what you're saying is you have just a poverty mindset with your employees of, well, I don't give a shit if they leave. We're not going to pay them much anyway, so who gives a shit? What the fuck? How do you realize rent for a 1-bedroom apartment around here, minimum, if it's decent at all, meaning if it hasn't been vacant for over a year because nobody wants to rent it because it's just god awful, it's gonna be about $1,600 a month. $9.80, 40 hours a week. Let's see what that works out to. And this is assuming no taxes. God damn it, you guys are so fucking dumb. I know, hey, the argument, what? It's low-skilled work? Well, kinda. It's important work. Yeah, it is relatively low-skilled. It's definitely not computer engineering or some kind of really high-skill trade like plumbing. $9.80 times 40. $392 a week. $392 times 4. So that's $1,568 a month. So that's not enough for your own apartment around here. It's barely enough if you were to split that in half and get a 2-bedroom apartment, because that would be at least around $1,700. Plus you got to factor in utilities, rent going up every year because virtually all apartments around here, they're owned by big companies. They're going to raise your rents every year. They give you, yeah, they'll say maybe first month rent free, or, you know, they'll give you some nice deal, but after that, they don't care. So you're talking maybe $850, $900 for a 2-bedroom apartment. Or more realistically, you're gonna be living with 5 or 6 people. Hey, Safeway, I live in Arlington. I pay $760 a month in rent. You know the only way I'm able to get a room for $760? I have 5 roommates! 5! That's how you live around here. And you morons, you think you can get decent employees by paying $9.80 a month? That's saying you think they're worthless. It's not worth having good employees. So of course the store was fucking empty. This huge Safeway I was in, that was so nice. Yeah, I know you guys must pay a ton in rent, a ton in utilities, ton in all that stuff, but your employees aren't just a cost that goes out the door like scum that you rinse out at the end of the day. They're a fucking investment, you morons. Those employees, there was like 1 person working a register, there are a few people walking around somewhere else. Of course you're not going to get many employees. Of course you're not going to keep quality ones. If they're quality, they'll go to a place like Safeway in Pentagon City that I heard they pay cashiers $17 an hour. Their prices are lower than yours. Wait a minute, you pay employees really low. Do you account for that by saying, well, our prices are the lowest? Oh, fuck no, of course not, you greedy assholes. Costco pays way more. They obviously value their employees more, and as a result, what do they say? They're doing great as a company. They keep good employees. Their employees are happy there. The employee theft is low. Why? Because they can think. They can think ahead in the future. They're not thinking, well, this is just money going out of our pockets. Who cares? How the fuck, what are you thinking paying people $9.80 an hour in this area? Do you all get a break on rent just because you want to pay employees low? Do you all save enough money to at least make the job application system accurate so that you're not advertising positions that aren't available? You're all obviously desperate for people. You're the only company that got back to me within 1 day. Well, actually, that's not true. I did apply to one other place for a security job. But you're the second company that reached out to me after only 1 day after giving my application. You realize if people can't afford to live on, okay, let's break it down. So if you're making, and that's if you're working 40 hours a week, you're working your ass off. So let's assume you have to have roommates, basically. You cannot be the provider of a family unless your partner works a lot too, maybe your kids work, or you have other money coming in. Because if you're like me, say you have $760 a month in rent, that's about half my income in rent right there. It's really a good idea only to pay 1/3 of your income in rent, but that's half the income in rent right there. If you have a car payment after that, that's another $150, $200 a month. Forget about health insurance. You have car insurance, you have to have that. That's at least another, say, $70 to $100 a month. Then groceries, $150 a month, roughly. That's if you're frugal like me and you don't spend much and you eat everything you buy. Gas, It's another, at least, depending on how much you drive, at least $70 a month, minimum. That's if you don't drive around much. So basically, you're demanding that people be able to walk, and there's no metro station by the Safeway I went to, so metro's not an option. They have to be able to walk or take a bus to work. What the fuck do you value your own business? Is your own business fucking worthless to you? That's what's most offensive to me, not the idea that you're just cheapskating people. You're fucking stupid. You're undermining your own business. Don't you take any pride in treating people well here too? By the way, doesn't that give you any feeling of empowering people, of satisfaction, knowing that you're making a difference in people's lives, that you're actually impacting the community around where your store is positively? Does that make no difference to you? Then you're fucking worthless. $9.80 an hour. All you have to do is find a job that pays a little better than that, and all those quality employees will go elsewhere. Or like me, it's not even worth it. I'd rather be doing videos working for you people who are watching me out there just for free. Because you can go to other places. I'm going to recommend other places. If you're looking for a job in Arlington, you want something that pays better than Safeway, first place I recommend, go to Cava. It's a restaurant chain that's in Northern Virginia. They're opening one at Ballston. I applied to there. They pay $13 an hour. And then if you get promoted, they said you can get $14 an hour. And they obviously give a shit. They're looking for career-minded people. They want quality employees. They actually take the time at the interview to get to know you a little bit. Unfortunately, it wasn't really a great fit for me because I'm only looking for a part-time second job. I couldn't really give the job a fair shake if I took it. But that's a great place. Hey, how come they realize that $13 an hour is worth it for good employees? Here's another recommendation for people, because I don't want you working for Safeway. I feel bad for people working there because they're nice people. I get to know them. Some of them, I get to know their names. Well, at least one of them, I know his name. Another place you can go, any restaurant and become a cook. I say any restaurant and not the deli counter at Safeway, because at least at restaurants, normally cooks get tipped out. So you can make a bunch of extra money in tips, or become a server at the restaurant. Don't become a cashier at Safeway, working your ass off for people. Become a server. Make tips. And the better you perform for people, the better they tend to tip. Jesus Christ, it's hot in here. Look at places like, I don't know, UPS. You can be a manager at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. That pays more, although it's long hours. Or you can do what I did, wash cars at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. It pays about, actually when I worked there it paid less than $9.80 an hour, but it was really easy work. And I enjoyed it. I liked being outside, washing cars, picking people up. Or just make your own business. Fuck Safeway. How goddamn stupid, what's wrong with you that you think this area should get $9.80 an hour for a wage? You should put in your job listings, we're only looking for people living with their parents or who have another job, looking for a second job, have another source of income, or just need a little extra money. Because this is not for people who are trying to live on their own or even live decently. Again, I have 5 roommates. That's how I'm able to afford $760 a month. Or you have to live in a dump like Annandale, where you can live in a cigar box for $500 a month with 4 or 5 roommates. And you walk outside and there's 4 lanes of traffic and you have to run across the street just to get to your car. Get your heads out of your asses, Safeway. How do you not die of shame and embarrassment when you think about how you pay employees and how you hire new people? How do you not fucking die of embarrassment? God damn it, you sorry asses. You are perfectly capable of hiring more people and getting better employees and more dedicated employees if you paid more. Oh, but you have to look at them as an investment then. You can't have this poverty, cheap-ass mindset of thinking, well, it's not even worth it, so don't even try, let's just give up. If you're paying so low, where's the discount on your prices? Oh, another grocery store, Trader Joe's. I just bet they pay more. People who come in with the mindset of caring like me, all of a sudden the picture I get of Safeway is like not caring, it's worthless, more worthless, it's worth nothing. It seems like a job where you can show up whenever you want, make a little extra money, and if you don't show up, who gives a shit? You all did that. That's not what the manager did. She gave a shit. Man, fuck you, you selfish, greedy assholes. And it's not just the greed. Hey, it makes sense to save money if it's gonna make money. But that doesn't make money for other people. And ultimately, you're screwing yourselves too. Or at least I'd like to think that. Who knows what else you're doing to try and make money. But it doesn't fucking make any sense in an area where 1-bedroom apartments go for $1,600 a month. And then on top of that, you factor in stuff like your car payment, gas, electricity, car insurance, possibly health insurance. I can work a security job and not work half as hard. I'd be in an environment that I like where people are relaxed, they're having fun, like work security at bars, clubs, concerts, venues. I work at a bar right now. I could just keep looking for security work and get paid decently and not have to work my ass off for a low wage. Basically, I'm laying out my answer. If y'all want good employees, pay more. Be the big people with a big vision. You may think you can't afford to pay people, but you definitely can afford to have bigger ideas, more valuable ideas. Act like you're fucking valuable. Act like you're worth something, you fucking moron, cheap asses. I'm the kind of person, I look at any job I do as valuable, as worth researching. I did a ton of research before I became a bouncer to learn about what it takes, what's expected of you, what it can be like, what's required of you. When I got the job, I lost a bunch of weight, pretty slowly, but I lost weight. I was working out. I exercise 6 days a week now. I've been doing that for a while because it's valuable to me. It's worth it because I know the owner gives a shit. You guys, I'm thinking, well, it's not worth it for me to invest anything. You don't even deserve me. This is the easiest decision to walk out of there and think, big deal. I'm not even bothered about it. The reason I'm bothered is, one, it's just offensive how stupid you are. It should hurt to be that dumb. But also I'm saying this for the benefit of people watching. Don't settle for that. Don't take that crap unless if you're a teenager, you're looking for a first job, you want to learn some skills, that's fine. But even then, you can get a better job, like I said. Get a job as a prep cook at a restaurant or as a server in a restaurant. You'll not only learn job skills and responsibility, but you'll get paid a lot more in tips if the restaurant has any popularity and does relatively well, has good food, and if you give good service. You'll make more money at those other places. So don't sell yourself short. Or run your own business. Do stuff like YouTube. Sell stuff. Sell t-shirts, try make a car washing business, landscaping business, mow lawns, rake leaves, do something else that's worthwhile, that gives a value to people, and that you're not making some cheap ass CEOs or board of directors rich while you're barely getting above minimum wage. You're worth more than that if you give a shit, if you actually care about your job and you want to think that you have a future after this, and you're actually investing in yourself. That's not an investment in yourself. To work a job where you keep working just so you can afford to keep working and barely pay your bills. I'm sweating my ass off in here. I really hope, Safeway, you all learned something, because think about the win for you that would be if you realize, okay, this is an investment, we have to pay people more, we're gonna be the bigger people here, we're gonna be the good guys and do this. Or you cannot if you think you're all worthless. You all personally are worthless. It doesn't make your employees worthless. I'm not putting them down. I'm putting you all down, the leadership. And also, if you are in Arlington or Falls Church or Fairfax, Northern Virginia, Springfield, wherever, and you're looking for a security guard or bouncer between really like club security, bars, concerts, events, Mondays through Wednesdays, let me know. Hire me. Message me on Twitter or Facebook. I got the links in the description. I know not a lot of stuff's going on those nights. That's kind of why it's hard to get hired those days. But look, I'm very plain spoken to people, respectful, direct. I explain exactly, if there's anything I suspect like illegal is going on, or just they're getting too drunk, breaking rules, whatever, very plainly talk to them and let them know what the deal is, let them know why, hey, they should respect me. This is, most of the time just conversation, obviously. When you're security, it's just talking to people. Only rarely then does it come to using any kind of force. And even then, I always try and give the option to the person of, look, you can de-escalate it. Like, you have the option of making me back down if you just cooperate and, do what you need to, or leave or whatever, or pay. All right, that's it. Safeway, get your heads out of your fucking asses.